know yourself. Those who know both their masculine and their feminine sides become fruitful, like the valleys of earth. Being like the valleys of earth, their vitality will not desert them. They will remain energetic as children. Those who know both their strengths and their limits become models worth following. Being worthy models, their vitality will not fail them. They will radiate simplicity. Radiating simplicity, wise rulers inspire others to follow their path. Such is the making of a great administration. That's chapter 28 of the Tao Te Ching. We each can only act in our own lived experience. We only have control as close to perfect as possible in our own reality, of our own actions and our own reactions to what's going on around us. And we have that choice. Awareness of what has lesser value can have value itself. Are the masculine and feminine sides known and in balance, for example, requires that you know both your masculine and feminine sides, regardless of how you actually feel about, we'll say, out of 100%, where balance is actually found between those two aspects. It's possible to know both sides with joy or not and be happy. There's an important aspect here, which is that those who know both their strengths and limits become models worth following. That's not to say that everyone needs to lead, that there needs to be leaders and followers, only to point out that there are models worth following, should you so choose. It's interesting that this is first titled not "No Leaders," "No Wise People," "No Worthy Models." The title of this chapter is "Know Yourself." There's no other model who is going to be more informative about who you are and what you value than what is in your own mind. There is at no point the question asked, what do you value, that someone else can answer for you. If you listen to my mad sprint through chapter 27, you heard me talk about the value that each person has, despite it being unknown. And you've heard me speak previously, if you've gone through this, about the unknown why, and rather the lack of necessity to have a particular why regarding human value. Because how or why human beings have value can come in any number of different ways. This is part of knowing yourself, is to perhaps ask the question of why there is value in human life, why you have value, why those you love have value. Knowledge offers clarity. It gives us the ability to know how far to push ourselves and allows us to move through our lives easier. We talked previously about being a good hiker, a good speaker, a good counter, a good guard, and the pieces around, the tools, the additions, the excess baggage that one carries with them. A hiker that carries a map means that there's less space for other things to be carried. Developing a skill and, in fact, knowing oneself to the capacity that you are good at being yourself is work that you can only engage in alone, that comes from within, and by getting good at it, it frees you up to ensure you have the bandwidth to work on those things that you have not yet mastered.